I'm going to be showing the exact automation I just sold for a $3,000 monthly retainer. I'm going to be first demoing it and then going through it step by step so that you can replicate it on your own. I'm also going to be showing you exactly how I got the client themselves and how you can actually market yourself for this type of automation. What this automation does is a customer support agent where customers are emailing questions or sending a message to a WhatsApp number, and we're getting those, searching the knowledge base of ChatGPT, and then forming a answer based on that knowledge base and then sending the response back to them. So I'm going to quickly send an email right now. So I quickly drafted up a support email. So this is just a basic email asking for help on my computer, and I send it to our support email, and I'm going to send this. I'm now going to go back to the automation and I'm going to execute once it sends. Okay, took a few tries, but there it goes. So went through the Gmail trigger, and now it's going through ChatGPT and the knowledge base, and then it just sent in a reply. So we check our emails, computer stopped working. So this is an example. Obviously there's nothing in our knowledge base right now because it's basically whatever support you want to do for that business and whatever documents that they have. For me, I just have basic ChatGPT, and so this is the support response. Now there's a lot of things that you can make better here. One of them is formatting, for instance. Because I have it active and I triggered it through the test, that's why 2 of them came through. So it went through twice. That was because of me, not because of the automation. It's because it's on right now. So this actually triggered on the production side and the test side. So essentially that is the response. Okay, another trigger that we have is the WhatsApp trigger. Go ahead and test that out. So we have this test number here, which I was testing out earlier. With this test number, we can do that same kind of question like this. And we put that in. So once that gets sent, it should go through the automation. Okay, it looks like there was just some data here that I messed up because I just changed it. So we'll rerun this. So I saved that. Let's test that one more time. Should go through the system. Looks like it just expired. Let me generate another access token. Okay, let's try this one more time. Perfect. So that is the full integration once we got a few tries in there. But this is the full response, and that is kind of your own support bot. Now I'm going to go through this step by step on how to actually set this up and what this is actually doing. So let's go ahead and clear the execution. So we have 2 triggers. We have the Gmail trigger. This is you basically connect your account, and then you have the event message received, and it goes through every minute. Whenever there's a message, it pulls through one message and goes through. Same with the WhatsApp trigger. Triggers on the message. We set up the WhatsApp OAuth account. So that is the 2 triggers. We then send it through a normalized Gmail data and normalized WhatsApp data. Essentially, it's the exact same fields that we're setting. We're mapping those fields based on the objects we get from WhatsApp and Gmail. This is so that we can use those exact same fields when we merge it. We're not trying to decide which source it was. It all comes through as one source. This is helpful for when we are sending it. We decide the route that we're replying, either Gmail or WhatsApp, and essentially it's just that merge channel's message ID and then the output. And then same with this one, it's the user identifier from merge channels. This allows us to merge it into one, and we're not duplicating and replicating stuff for Gmail and WhatsApp. We can just do it all in one, and that's why we're using these normalized Gmail data. Again, all of this entire template will be available for you to freely download and for you to set up, as well as support from me from my school communities. Now, after the merge, basically just merges this a simple take the 2 inputs and we merge it into one. Now the rate check limit is something that I wanted to implement to prevent bots. So especially if a WhatsApp or email trigger, you can have people that are just spamming, with an API request or whatever. They can just spam a bunch of messages and then it breaks down the whole system. So what I did is I set up a Redis account, and that's pretty simple to set up. I can show you that. Essentially what this does is every time we get a message from someone, we check the database to see if that user identifier is there and how many requests they've submitted within the last minute. If that is okay and they're not over the limit, then we evaluate it. So this is max messages per hour, which is 40. So you can only send 40 messages, so like 40 emails within an hour. We can adjust this for WhatsApp because 40 seems a little low, but yeah, so that is what we're doing and returning the limit. This is where we check if we're within the limits. If we are within the limits, then we go through the true path. We increment the counter, the rate limit counter in the database. And then we go through ChatGPT and our own knowledge base. So this knowledge base is within ChatGPT. We have the OpenAI embeddings. So we have a bunch of documents that we can add manually to ChatGPT. And then within there, that holds all of our common questions that we get from customers. So ChatGPT will use those documents to formulate a response based on that question. Okay, once we're through that, we go through the route to channel. And we check, is it Gmail or is it WhatsApp? If it's Gmail, we just reply to that email or we just send a WhatsApp reply. And then if the rate limit has been reached, we then send a email to the customer saying that their limit has been reached. You'll have to wait to respond more. Obviously, you can change that rate to whatever makes sense based on the support that you guys need. Now, let me show you the prompt. So this is the prompt. We have a customer support agent. This is an AI agent. And we have the user prompt, which is the source, okay? And then you have the customer question. So there's only 2 inputs. And this is the simple prompt. Your helpful customer support assistant. Use a knowledge-based tool to find accurate answers to customer questions. Always be polite and professional. Based on the input source, format the output to it. If it's email, format it as HTML text. And if it's WhatsApp format as a text message. So that's the entire prompt. We just have the OpenAI chat model, and that is the entire customer support AI agent. Now I'm going to set up the Redis database. Essentially, we go ahead and create an account. You go to cloud.redis.io. I'm going to go ahead and sign in since I already have an account. Okay, once you're here, you'll have no database. This is my database that we're using right now. But essentially, we do a new database. We select a free database. So since I already have a database, I'm already using that. So all you do is hit select plan and then you hit create database. That's all you do. It will then show up right here. It takes a few minutes for it to become active. Once you have that, you're going to go ahead and create a role. Name it whatever you want. I chose the owner demo. And then you can select full access. You select the database that we just created, hit check mark, and then you save that role. Now you have that owner role. Now you go ahead and create a user. User can be whatever username, chance demo. Owner role, there should be owner, I think we have to refresh. Go ahead and try that again. It looks like only owner role. Users, chance demo. There it is, there's the owner demo. And then you select whatever password you want. And then you just make sure you save that password and that username. We then go over to n8n. We go ahead and create new credential. Enter the password that you just entered. You enter the username. For the host, go back to here, go to database. And then in here, we have the public endpoint. You're gonna copy that. You're gonna go enter that host and we're gonna edit this. So we're gonna go take this port. So the last 5 numbers is a port number. We're gonna take that out as well as the colon, and we're gonna put that in the port right there. And then once you have that, you enter the username and the password, you hit save, and then that is how you set up your account. And then all this stuff will already be there if you take my template. Now, another thing that you have to set up is this Facebook app. So you basically search up Facebook developer like that. You go to my apps. Once you create an account, you're gonna create an app. Here you can just enter any name. You can just say WhatsApp. For use cases, you're gonna hit other, you're gonna hit business. You're gonna select a business portfolio. These are easier to set up. I'll have the link down below. Select a business. And then you hit create app. Okay, and here all we have to do is hit the WhatsApp setup. Perfect, we hit continue. We select the business portfolio, which we already added. Okay, and here you're gonna hit start using the API. And then this is the exact setup that we'll be able to use for connecting to n8n. For testing purposes, to create a temporary access token, you can hit generate access token. You can log in, select all of that. Save. And this access token you copy, go back to n8n, create a new credential, enter the access token. Business account ID is this WhatsApp business account ID. So you hit copy there, and you enter that, and then you hit save. And then it connects successfully. Now that will only work for a short amount of time, probably about 30 minutes total. It's only a temporary access token. Now for generating the long-lived token, it depends on really what your use case is. You'll most likely be the direct developer. and you essentially set up the system user access token. I'll also link this page here in the description for you to create your own long-lived access token, but these are the exact steps that you'll use to create that long access token. Okay, that was the entire N8N AI agent for a client that was about $3,000 monthly retainer. Now, how I actually got that client is what we're going to go through right now. You're going to want to create an account in Instantly. And within Instantly, you're going to want to create a campaign. Now, I have one running right now actually for another video for a SaaS. Now, for us, we're going to create an AI automation one right now. So we'll hit create new AI automation demo. Okay, now we need to add our leads. Now there's many ways you can add leads. You can go to Apollo. You can add leads through their super search within Instantly. Basically search exactly what you want. For this type of system, we want probably customer service managers in large companies. Okay, you got 8,000 results, and this is something that you can find emails. In here, you can just find the emails and enrich them. Obviously, they'll take tokens, but that's part of it. And then you can add that to that campaign. Now, for campaigns like this, for the sequence, I usually go with a quick question, and we can go through the templates that they have. I like the web development firm emails, and you can kind of also use ChatGPT to write a quick email. It needs to be quick, short, and sweet, and kind of like a direct question. But that's setting up your own cold email campaign. And once you have that email set up, you hit save, test. We'll hit save, and then you add all your leads in, and then you hit start campaign, and that's automatically sending your emails out. So that is exactly how I got that lead. I'm going to show you another method of reaching out to customers, and this one is LinkedIn outreach. So we're going to go to LinkedIn. Let's search co-owners, and we'll do people. And these are all CEOs or co-owners. You can do either CEO like that. And these are all CEOs. These are all people that are the decision makers for companies. And you can kind of narrow down that search even more. All filters, you can filter it by even more stuff or industry or whichever niche that you're kind of going for. And once you have that, you can copy this search. We're now going to go to Phantom Buster. See, I already have a cold outreach campaign. And here you connect your LinkedIn account as if it's you. You then go to profiles to invite. You paste in that exact search that we had, and then you have your invite message. This is depending on what you're going for. If you're going for this support one, you're going to want to use ChatGPT to create essentially that pain point of a lot of incoming customer support questions. And you're going to want to name that pain point. And if they have that pain point, they'll connect with you and respond to you. And then you can have a follow-up message as well. And then you hit save and close, and that is your LinkedIn outreach done. So it basically connects to all those people in that search with a connection message, and that will happen every day, as well as the cold emails. And that's your exact playbook method of getting an AI automation client. Now, if you found this helpful, I do have a paid school community where you can get support from me and other community members, as well as additional automations for you and your business. I also have a free paid school where I'll have the exact template that we went over, as well as all the links and everything that you need to get started on this. And make sure you also like and subscribe. It takes me a while to make all of these videos. I appreciate the support. So with that, thank you for watching. Peace.